Your person is deeply overwhelmed with emotions for you, feeling as though a floodgate has opened inside them. They have an intense longing to hold you tightly, as if to physically communicate the depth of their feelings. At times, these emotions feel almost impossible for them to bear, as if their heart is overflowing with affection for you, and they want to express it in every possible way. Despite their efforts, they recognize that they have made mistakes and hurt you due to their selfishness and pride. However, they are now determined to make things right and repair what has been broken. They are struggling with guilt and regret, knowing that these emotions are preventing them from fully expressing their true feelings. They are acutely aware of the impact their actions have had on your relationship. You are constantly on their mind, day and night, no matter where they are or who they are with. Even when you're apart, they want you to know that their heart and soul are connected to yours, as if an invisible thread binds you together, keeping you close despite any physical distance. Their ultimate goal is to rekindle the spark in your relationship. They long to provide the stability and consistency they've always known you've wanted from them. Living a life without excitement and love has left them feeling empty, and they're determined to change that. Tired of feeling alone, they crave the warmth and companionship that only you can offer. In the quiet moments of the night, their thoughts naturally turn to you. They dream of holding you close, running their fingers through your hair, and whispering sweet nothings in your ear. The thought of cuddling with you brings them comfort and peace, even if it's just a fantasy. They imagine tenderly kissing your forehead, a gesture full of love and affection. When they picture you both together as a couple, their heart fills with excitement. They see you as a soft, romantic soul who understands them deeply. The thought of building a future with you fills them with hope and joy. They long to experience life's adventures by your side, knowing that with you, every moment will be filled with love and happiness. Your person's feelings for you run deep, and they are committed to showing you just how much you mean to them. They understand that actions speak louder than words, and they're determined to prove their love through their actions. Every hug, every kiss, and every gesture is a reflection of the love they feel for you. They want nothing more than to make you feel special and cherished, to adore you in every way possible. You are their light in the darkness, their anchor in the storm. With you by their side, they feel invincible, ready to face any challenge life may throw at them. Their love for you knows no bounds, it transcends time and space, woven into the very fabric of their being. You are their everything, their reason for living, and they will stop at nothing to make you happy. In your arms, they've found home, and in your love, they've found solace. When I'm alone, sitting quietly and looking at the photographs and pictures we've captured together, it feels as though I'm transported back to those precious moments frozen in time. These snapshots of our shared experiences, our smiles, and our laughter have become treasures I've held onto for what feels like an eternity. Yet, as I gaze upon them, my heart heavy with sorrow and tears welling in my eyes, I'm reminded of the painful truth, that you're no longer here by my side. Life without you feels incomplete, like a puzzle missing its most vital piece. Every passing day is a struggle, a battle against the emptiness that has settled within me since you left. It's like drifting in a vast ocean, longing for the familiar warmth of your presence to guide me home. I find myself yearning for you in ways I never thought possible, a longing that consumes me, a hunger for your love and companionship that knows no bounds. I know it may sound irrational, even absurd, but I can't help but miss you with every fiber of my being. I miss the essence of what we once were, the connection that bound us together in ways words could never fully express. Without you, everything feels devoid of meaning and purpose. The world around me seems colorless and dull, lacking the vibrant hues that only your love could bring. You were the light that illuminated my darkest days, the anchor that kept me grounded amidst life's storms. Without you, I feel lost, adrift in a sea of uncertainty and despair. My heart aches for more of your love, for the warmth of your embrace and the gentle reassurance of your presence. You were the center of my universe, the focal point around which my entire world revolved. Each day without you feels like an eternity, a relentless cycle of longing and despair. I know I've made mistakes, said things I regret, and let my own insecurities cloud my judgment. For that, I am truly sorry. If my words or actions have caused you pain, please know it was never my intention. My only wish is to make amends, to bridge the gap that has grown between us, and to find a way back to each other's arms. But I fear that time may be running out, and the silence between us may be too deafening to overcome. I worry that you'll move on, find someone else who understands you better, who loves you more fiercely than I ever could. The thought of losing you terrifies me more than anything else in this world. In the past, I was consumed by pride, jealousy, and insecurity. I allowed these negative emotions to poison what we had and to drive a wedge between us that seemed impossible to overcome. But seeing you remain kind and humble in the face of my shortcomings has been a revelation. It's shown me the error of my ways, the need to let go of my ego and embrace the love we once shared. So here I am, laying my heart before you, begging for your forgiveness and praying for a second chance. I know I don't deserve it, but if you could find it in your heart to forgive me, I promise to spend the rest of my days making amends and proving to you that my love for you is true and everlasting. Letting go of toxicity that no longer serves my higher purpose has become my mantra. It's a conscious effort to rid myself of negative influences and embrace positivity. This time, I am determined not to allow anyone to interfere with the sacred connection we share. Our bond is like a tranquil pond, serene and deep, reserved solely for us to explore and cherish. Others may struggle to understand its depth, but that's because they haven't experienced the profound connection we have. Before I met you, I never considered changing myself for the better, but you came into my life and sparked a transformation within me. You inspire me to evolve and become a better version of myself every day. Your presence alone makes me want to be a gentleman, to treat you with the utmost love and respect you deserve. The mere thought of you brings joy to my heart and a smile to my face. Your happiness becomes my happiness, and your presence fills my world with light. You are the first person who occupies my thoughts in the morning and the last one before I sleep. It's as if you've taken permanent residence in my mind and heart, and I wouldn't have it any other way. You embody everything I've ever wished for in a partner. Your kindness, purity, and decency shine through in everything you do. You've healed me in ways I never thought possible, both emotionally and physically. Your love is like a soothing balm, healing all wounds and leaving behind only warmth and contentment. I consider myself incredibly fortunate to have found you. You are a rare gem in a world full of ordinary stones, and I treasure every moment we spend together. Sometimes I wonder if you realize just how much you mean to me. My heart races whenever I see your face or hear your voice, a constant reminder of the deep affection I hold for you. Your text messages and calls are like lifelines, keeping me anchored in a sea of chaos. Each word, each expression of love, reaffirms the bond we share and strengthens our connection even further. It's as if every interaction with you adds another layer of depth to our relationship, making it even more profound and meaningful in your presence. I feel complete, whole, and utterly at peace. You are my rock, my guiding light, and my source of endless joy. I am eternally grateful for your love, kindness, and unwavering support. With you by my side, I know anything is possible, and together we can conquer the world. So here's to us, to our love, and to the beautiful journey that lies ahead. With you, my darling, the future is brighter than ever before. Your partner's heart beats fast as they prepare to finally reveal the depths of their feelings for you. The intensity of their emotions is palpable, like a storm brewing on the horizon, ready to unleash its torrential downpour of affection. They are determined to do something truly unique to make you feel cherished and valued, to convey the depth of their admiration and love for you. In their eyes, you are not just a partner, but an idol, someone they look up to with unwavering admiration and respect. They envision a future filled with happiness and longevity, with you by their side as their cherished companion. Every plan they make for the days ahead includes you, seamlessly weaving you into the fabric of their dreams and aspirations. The mere thought of being apart from you causes them distress, a gnawing ache in the depths of their soul. They long to be close to you, to bask in your presence and revel in the warmth of your companionship. They have found the one who completes them, the one whose love is the steady force that has the power to heal and transform. You are not just a significant other but an empress, a beacon of strength, nurturing love, and boundless beauty. Their commitment to you is unwavering, a promise whispered in the quiet moments of introspection and reflection. They yearn to take your relationship to the next level, to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary, and to elevate your bond into the sacred union of marriage. The desire to make this commitment, to pledge their heart and soul to you, burns like a beacon in the darkness, guiding them forward with unwavering resolve. Reconciliation weighs heavily on their mind, a constant presence in their thoughts and musings. They cannot bear the thought of any discord or distance between you, longing instead for harmony and unity. Whether you are in constant contact or have drifted apart, their thoughts inevitably circle back to you, a magnetic force drawing them inexorably closer. They are acutely aware of the need to address any lingering issues or misunderstandings that may have arisen between you. A conversation, long overdue, simmers on the horizon, ready to burst forth like a river unleashed from its dam. They are determined to bridge the gap, to mend any rifts that may have formed, and to forge ahead together hand in hand toward a brighter and more harmonious future. As they gather their courage and steel their resolve, they know the road ahead may not be easy, but with you by their side, they are confident that they can weather any storm, overcome any obstacle, and emerge stronger and more united than ever before. For in you, they have found their greatest blessing, the one who makes them whole, and with you, they know they can conquer anything that comes their way. Your person used to distance themselves from you, both emotionally and physically, running away from the connection. However, now they seem to be rushing back, emerging unexpectedly from the shadows. This change is not a mere coincidence, it reflects a deeper internal struggle they are going through. Unknowingly, you triggered something profound within them, forcing them to face the inner demons they had been avoiding for so long. Their addictions, toxic habits, and unresolved wounds have been haunting them, but it was only after encountering you that they could no longer escape these harsh truths. You became a mirror, showing them parts of their life they had suppressed or ignored, parts that were preventing their true growth and happiness. By drawing their attention to these dark aspects of themselves, you unintentionally pushed them onto a path of healing. This was never something you consciously planned, but through your presence and energy, they became aware of the toxicity that had been growing within them for a long time. They initially chose to run from this healing journey, retreating from your influence, because it's easier to avoid pain than to confront it directly. However, the inner turmoil and conflict became too overwhelming for them to ignore. They've now realized that the very thing they were running from, healing, is exactly what they need to find peace. Your decision to step back and stop offering them your time, energy, and attention has affected them more deeply than they ever expected. They were so accustomed to your constant support and presence that when you withdrew, it felt as if a sudden void opened up in their life. It's as though you were the one stable presence in their chaotic world, and now that you've shifted your focus to nurturing and loving yourself, the impact has been profound. They are left feeling disoriented and lost. The sudden absence of your attention has left them in complete shock. They never anticipated that you would choose yourself over them, and this realization has thrown them into a state of confusion and frustration. The most frustrating part for them is that they now long for the love and energy you once gave so freely. They miss it more than they're willing to admit because that love provided them with a sense of security and comfort they can't find anywhere else. No matter where they go or who they turn to, they've come to realize that no one else will ever love them the way you did. It wasn't just the love itself, but the way you handled their energy, their complexities, and their moods. No one else ever understood or accepted them as fully as you did. This is why they feel that there is no one else on this planet who could ever compare to you. You made them feel seen and valued in ways they had never experienced before, and now that you've pulled back, they feel a deep, aching absence. As they navigate through this period of emotional turmoil, it's becoming clear to them that they need to break free from the stagnant situations they've been stuck in for so long. Perhaps they're even experiencing nightmares, vivid dreams, or receiving signs from the universe urging them to escape their unhealthy habits and stagnant lifestyle. The spiritual awakening unfolding within them is tumultuous, and they're likely caught in a mix of confusion, fear, and longing. Throughout this awakening, one thing they keep coming back to is you. Despite the inner chaos they're facing, you remain their one constant source of comfort and understanding. Even though you've stepped back to focus on yourself, the impact you've had on their life lingers, and they can't shake the realization that you were, and perhaps still are, their guiding light. This period of awakening is not easy for them. They are being forced to confront parts of themselves they've long buried, and it's an uncomfortable and painful process. But even in the midst of this internal storm, you continue to represent a beacon of hope and healing. Your ability to handle them with care and compassion during their darkest moments is something they deeply cherish, even if they haven't always shown it. You were the one who brought them comfort during their lowest points, and they are now beginning to understand the pivotal role you played in their journey towards self-awareness. While they may be rushing back toward you now, seeking the love and comfort they once took for granted, the dynamic has changed. You've chosen to prioritize your own healing, to give yourself the love and attention that you deserve, and this choice has shifted the balance of your relationship. They are frustrated because they no longer have access to your love in the same way, but this frustration might be the catalyst they need to fully embrace their own healing process. It's clear that your influence on their life has been transformative. While they wrestle with their inner demons and navigate through this period of awakening, you've shown them that true healing comes from within. They may return to you seeking solace, but ultimately, the path to freedom and peace is one they must walk on their own. If I could turn back time, if I could somehow find a way to undo all the damage, I would take back every word that ever hurt you. I didn't realize how much weight my words carried or how deeply they could wound you. I never intended to cause you pain, but in my confusion and struggle, I allowed hurtful words to slip through. You, who gave me so much, who opened me up and breathed life into me, didn't deserve that. You made me see the world differently. You brought light into my life in ways I had never experienced before, yet I wasn't ready for change. I was too scared, too stuck in my own way of living, and because of that, I resisted. There were things I needed to release, old patterns, emotional baggage, and deep fears, but I didn't know how. It was a process I didn't fully understand at the time, and because it wasn't easy, I shut down. I thought I could just keep going with my 3D life, clinging to routines and distractions that kept me grounded in the material world. But in doing so, I missed the most important thing, ***. You were the one I always needed the most, but I couldn't see it because I was so preoccupied with things that, in hindsight, seemed trivial. You, my love, were there offering me everything I could have ever wanted, but I was blind to it. I know now that I didn't give you the time, the care, or the love that you truly deserved. Where I should have opened my heart, I instead relied on logic. I thought I could think my way through things, solve them like puzzles. But love isn't something that can be solved. It's not something that can be approached with a logical mind. You showed me unconditional love, and instead of embracing it, I overanalyzed everything. I was so wrapped up in my ego, trying to protect myself, that I failed to appreciate the incredible love you were offering me, completely and without expectation. I see it clearly now. You were my emotional fulfillment. You were the one who made me feel complete in ways I never thought possible. Nothing and no one could ever compare to the sense of peace and joy I felt when I was with you. Your presence brought me a sense of belonging that I can't even describe. I didn't realize it then, but I understand now just how rare and special that is. Being without you has shown me just how much I need you. You have no idea how much I'm hurting now that you're gone. Every day feels empty without your presence. To be honest, you were like a warm, safe blanket, wrapping me in love and comfort. But I felt deep down that I didn't deserve that warmth. I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't worthy of the love you were giving me, so instead of embracing it, I pushed you away. It's as if I was testing you, seeing how far I could push before you gave up on me. I intentionally created distance, thinking it would make things easier, but it only made everything harder. I thought if I made you hate me, it would hurt less in the end. I believed it would save me from the pain of losing you, because deep down, I thought that was inevitable. But I was wrong, so very wrong. I regret all of it now, every single moment I spent trying to push you away, every time I kept myself closed off from you, and every time I hurt you with my words or actions. I thought I was protecting myself, but all I did was sabotage the best thing I ever had. I miss you so much that it feels like a part of me is missing. There's this emptiness, this ache, that won't go away because I know what I lost. I know now that you were everything I needed, and I let my fears and insecurities blind me to that truth. If I could turn back time, I would do things differently. I would embrace the love you gave me instead of running from it. I would open my heart instead of hiding behind my ego. But I can't change the past. All I can do now is live with the regret and hope that somehow, someday, you might forgive me. You were the best thing that ever happened to me, and I'll always be grateful for the time we had, even though your partner is currently deep in reflection, contemplating everything they had with you and everything they've lost. They are filled with a profound sense of sadness and regret, emotions that have only grown stronger in your absence. For a long time, they didn't recognize the true value of the love and care you offered them. They failed to take the relationship seriously, and now, as they reflect on their mistakes, the weight of their actions has become overwhelming. What they once took for granted now feels like an emptiness that nothing else can seem to fill. It wasn't until you were no longer there that they began to fully understand the depth of their actions. They have come to the painful realization that they let go of something incredibly precious. Your absence has opened their eyes to how important you were in their life. They had the chance for true love, something that many people search for their entire lives, and they wasted it. This realization is crushing for them. They never truly knew what real love felt like until they met you. And when they finally had it, they didn't appreciate it the way they should have. Instead, they took it for granted, never imagining you would eventually leave, or that they would be left to face the consequences of their actions. Now, they are overwhelmed by the realization that your love, care, and presence are irreplaceable. In the past, they may have focused on material success, status, or other external achievements, believing those things would bring them happiness. But now, they understand that none of those things can compare to what they had with you. No amount of money, success, or material gain can replace the warmth, understanding, and emotional support you brought into their life. They are starting to recognize that true fulfillment doesn't come from external accomplishments, but from deep, meaningful connections with people who truly care. They are feeling the profound loss of that connection, and it's causing them to rethink their priorities. Your partner is now observing you from a distance, and they are struck by the change they see in you. Your energy, once perhaps more turbulent or reactive, now seems calm, peaceful, and self-assured. There's a vibrancy about you now that wasn't as visible before, a lightness that suggests you've done significant personal growth since the two of you were together. Whether you realize it or not, the work you've done on yourself, both emotionally and mentally, has made your aura more appealing and attractive than ever. You radiate a sense of peace and contentment, something your partner is keenly aware of. This transformation in you has made your partner even more aware of their own shortcomings. They can see that you're no longer the same person you were when you were together. You've grown, evolved, and healed in ways they hadn't anticipated. While they've been stuck in a cycle of regret and sorrow, you've been moving forward, becoming a stronger and more self-assured person. And it's not just the inner changes that are visible to them. They also notice how you've been setting healthier boundaries, something that stands out as a clear sign of your personal growth and newfound sense of self-respect. Your partner can see that you're no longer as willing to compromise your well-being for the sake of others, especially for someone who doesn't bring clarity and genuine intention to the table. This shift in you has left them feeling both inspired and anxious. They realize now that if they want any chance of rekindling what was lost, they have to come to you with clear and sincere intention. Gone are the days when they could approach you half-heartedly or without truly understanding what they wanted. The person you've become demands more respect and authenticity, and they are fully aware that they need to rise to that level if they want to be part of your life again. Your partner feels like they're at a crossroads. On one hand, they desperately want to make things right and win back the love they so carelessly let slip through their fingers. On the other hand, they know they have a lot of inner work to do before they can even think about approaching you again. They see the transformation in you and realize that they must undergo their own transformation if they ever want to meet you on equal ground. Your calm energy, your healthy boundaries, and the clear direction you seem to be heading in have made it clear to them that they can no longer come to you with empty promises or uncertainty. Ultimately, your partner has come to understand that their future happiness and emotional fulfillment are tied to the lessons they've learned from this relationship.